Dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. We are more motivated than ever. We have been away for a while and of course took some time for family. In this episode, we will of course continue with the Lambo. We're going to finish our conversion to manual transmission, guys. I'm so excited to drive this Lambo soon with an epic manual gearbox. How cool is that, right? A supercar with a manual transmission system. That's why in this episode we're going to finish it. Our engine is still being repaired by Van Cronenberg. You'll see footage of it here as well. Haven't seen part 1 of our conversion yet? I would definitely take the time to check it out. Cause in that one we also made our Lambo rear wheel drive. I'd say I've talked enough. Let's get in the car and install our manual transmission system, routing the cables to the back. Once that's set, we can continue with our pedal set. I'm really looking forward to this episode. So let's just get to work. Let's go, guys. I'm so incredibly happy with how this turned out and how it all feels. It's just fantastic. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this. And people always talk about the clicking sound when you shift with things like this. Alright, this is awesome. With the shifter box installed, we'll move on to the pedal set. Remove this as well since we're adding a clutch pedal. And we actually spent quite a bit of time making the clutch line, because this is a custom line. Yeah, of course we didn't buy this one original as we mentioned because of the cost. We wanted to keep the cost down a bit, and that's why we just went for a real aftermarket product. And because we still wanted to keep it a bit original, this thing is actually an original part from the Lambo. And here you attach the hose that goes to your hydraulic pressure scoop in the gearbox. Come on, I can quickly show you. They did this so you can dismantle the gearbox without having to bleed the entire system. So there's a really nice quick coupling here which clicks on right here. And this way, no oxygen ever gets into your oil and you don't have to bleed it either. This is really clever. So also in the future, if a clutch needs to be replaced, you can easily remove your gearbox without actually having to bleed your clutch assembly. Of course, we need to keep this system, so we had a custom hose made for it. A 90-degree bend that connects with a banjo fitting, and a total of 4 meters of hose. Because it has to go from inside to outside and then all the way up. Because it's, let's say, right here in the corner, and you need quite a bit of piping for that. So I'm really super happy. How this turns out, we'll see. What we're going to do now is remove the old pedal box from the Lambo. I'm secretly a bit apprehensive about it because we don't have a lot of space in the car. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Let's go. As you can see, we have the 2 pedal boxes next to each other. They're actually kind of identical to each other. The housings, that is. The pedals, how they're mounted in there, are of course different because here you have your clutch pedals and here only the brake pedal. But you could also just choose to only convert your pedals and leave the housing as it is. Strangely, that's actually pricier, so just swapping the pedals costs more than buying a complete set. That's how Lamborghini designed it, don't ask why. With all that said, we're now going to replace the brake light switch. It's very easy to remove because you just twist it, and then it basically just falls out. This is the brake light switch. You just put it back in here like this.
Just a moment. Shot from inside what it looks like in here. You can see we had to disconnect the steering column. That's this one. It attaches there. And of course that brake booster, it's over there. This is our new clutch line, which goes through the firewall. Of course there will be a sleeve around it. You just cut one and then it goes around it. Yeah, it's pretty tight in here. So yeah, you really need to have very small hands to be able to work on this here. But we're going to test it.
Guys, it's a new day here, and honestly I didn't think it would be so much work to convert a Lambo to a manual. Of course I did think it would take some time, but that it would take this much time. It's officially a manual Lambo now. The shifting mechanism is in, the pedal set is in, and guys, I made a huge mistake with the pedal set installation. I had actually put a pipe clamp against the firewall, so that meant I had to take out the entire pedal set again and reinstall it. I could have kicked myself for it, but it's in now. You can see in the footage how I'm hanging upside down with bolts and tools, extension pieces, just to be able to reach it properly. Seriously, I scratched myself up completely, but it's in now. Seriously guys, if you have any questions about how to do this best, don't forget to send us a direct message on Twins, television via Insta. We can explain how this works. We're basically Lambo experts now. The only thing we still have to do is deal with the hose that got stuck, which is now freed. Luckily. Connect it to our brake fluid reservoir, because here's your brake fluid reservoir. You just connect it, of course, also to your clutch. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We need to cut a piece off here. This hose just needs to be slid on. And just fill it up, and of course bleed the air out in the back. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to adjust this here so we can slide the hose on. And after that, what else are we going to do? I think we need to clean up the engine bay. Yeah, it's gotten really dirty too. During our test drive, the first test drive when we went onto the highway, I think we had really terrible weather. And I think they had also spread salt on the roads. And yeah, just look at all this stuff here, guys. It's like we went off-roading with a Lambo. It's really that dirty. And of course, we're not going to put our freshly built engine back into a dirty engine bay. Yeah, let's just start at the front. I'm super excited. New day, let's go. You can see the engine bay is completely clean. We also replaced the coolant hose, and unfortunately something broke as well. The return line of the fuel pump broke, the nipple snapped off. This one sits underneath there, and that's quite a big problem. Just now, while cleaning, I actually just touched it with my finger and it broke off immediately. Of course, that's not a good sign. Or maybe it actually is a good sign, depending on how you look at it. Of course, it's another extra expense, extra work to replace the pump. Imagine if that nipple breaks off while you're driving and the return line sprays everywhere in the engine compartment. Yeah, then you'll quickly have a fire in the car. So I hope we've avoided that. But yeah, now we have to figure out how to remove the pump. I don't want to remove the whole tank again since it's a lot of work. There are many hoses and attachments, which takes a lot of time, so I won't do it. I hope that if I remove the ECUs from the inside, I can then lift the pump out. But unfortunately, that won't happen in this episode. We've also mounted the shifting mechanism here on the gearbox. That's this thing. You actually aligned it perfectly because it's all in bushings and needle bearings. Now it shifts smoothly, which means everything is put together properly. That's great news. The only thing we still need to do is clean the edge again and actually reseal it. The seal between the casing and the mechanisms, but that's a piece of cake. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And next week, a new episode will be online with, yes, I think more Lamno content. Because we actually want to clean up as well as possible again. And of course that includes, yes, the engine overhaul. The engine still needs to come back. So yes, with all that being said, be sure to check out the Donnenberg website and Instagram, link in the description. See you next week with a new episode. Until then.